Today I am Krishika Gupta and we are going to learn about the Harappan cities. So let's start. First we'll learn about the story of Harappa. Nearly 150 years ago, when railway lines were being laid down for the first time in Punjab, engineers found the site Harappa in present-day Pakistan. They were high-quality bricks, so they used them for making railway lines. Then about 8 years ago, archaeologists found the site and realized that this was one of the oldest cities in the subcontinent. Now here is a important point that Harappa was discovered by Rai Bahadur Dayaram Sahni. Now let's learn about some facts about some Harappan cities. Our first city is Surtaku. Surtaku is a Harappan site on the Makran coast near the city Pasni in Balochistan, province of Pakistan. It was first surveyed by the American archaeologist George F. Dales in 1960. The site is located about 15 miles north of Pasni. This city was discovered in 1964 by J.P. Joshi of the Archaeological Survey of India. Next is Dholavira. Dholavira is an archaeological site at Harappan in Bachau Taluka of Kutch district in the state of Gujarat. It is India's first most prominent archaeological site associated with the Indus Valley civilization. The site was discovered by J.P. Joshi in 1967 and is the fifth largest of the 8 major Harappan cities. Next is Lothal. Lothal was one of the most important centers of production for shell working. Lothal is discovered in 1954 by the Archaeological Survey of India. This city was located where there was fresh water and fertile soil in the Rann of Kutch. It was an industrial area. Wheat and barley were grown there. Next is Mohenjo-daro. Mohenjo-daro was discovered by R.D. Banerjee in 1922, 2 years after the major excavations had begun at Harappa. The name Mohenjo-daro signifies the Mound of the Dead. It was built in 26th century BCE. It was the largest site of the Indus Valley civilization or the Harappan civilization. Next is Kalibangan. Kalibangan was discovered by Luigi Piero Tessitore, an Italian ideologist and linguist. People here worship to fire. The most important discovery of Kalibangan is a plugged field. We'll learn about a plugged field later. Archaeologists have found many artifacts like jewelries, sculptures, tools, pots, urns, etc. This tells us that these early people were also very good artists and sculptors. Now we'll learn the food for people in these cities. While many people lived in the cities, others living in the countryside grew crops and reared animals. These farmers and herders supplied food to craftspersons, scribes and rulers in the cities. Harappans grew wheat, barley, pulses, peas, etc. A new tool, the plug, was used to dig the earth for turning the soil and planting seeds. We have learned about a plugged field in Kalibangan slide. This was of a plug. They reared cattle like goat, sheep and buffalo. Water and pastures were available around settlements. They also collected fruits like burr, caught fish and hunted wild animals like antelopes. Now there is a theory that is life after death. The early men believed that there is a life after death. They think that there is a world in which when the person dies goes there. This is why when the person dies, they bury that person's belongings with the person so that they can get those things in the other world where they will go. Now we'll learn about a mystery in the end. Around 3,900 years ago, we find a major change. People stopped living in many cities. Raw materials brought from long distances became rare. In Mohenjo-daro, we find that garbage piled up on the streets. The drainage system broke down and new but less impressive houses were built, even over the streets. Now we all must be having this question that why did this happen? We are not sure of it. Some say that the river dried, others say that there was deforestation. This could have happened because fuel was required for baking bricks and for smelting copper ores. Besides, grazing by large herds of cattle had reduced forest cover. In some areas, there were floods, but none of these reasons can explain the end of all these cities. It appears as the rulers lost control. In any case, the effects of the change are quite clear. Now we'll learn some more facts about Harappa. This ancient civilization belonged to the Bronze Age. It existed for about 1000 years from 2500 BC to 1500 BC. It was covering about 12,60,000 kilometers. This civilization extended from the Makran coast of Balochistan. It is one of the largest known ancient civilizations. The people of that time had great engineering skills. They discovered tin, lead, copper, etc. They used bricks to build their buildings and they had a very efficient drainage system. The towns were divided into two parts. Upper part, that is known as the citadel, and the lower part. The upper part was an artificial platform above 50 feet high. It had public buildings, religious buildings, etc. The lower part was usually a residential area for normal people. A great bath had been found in Mohenjo-daro. It is one of the earliest public water tanks. The size of the bath is very large, 12 meter by 7 meter and 2.4 meter deep. It is believed that the Great Bath was used for ritual bathing. The main profession of the people of the Indus Valley civilization were trading and farming. They were first to produce cotton. Granaries were used to store food grains. Thank you for watching my video.